Now that you watched the course, I hope you have a better idea about how you want to play the heroes that you want to play on position 4. What are the timings on those heroes, and how do you play them in lane, and how do you transition into the late game? I think I made it as a professional because I work really hard. I think sometimes it's overlooked that players work hard in esports because people just think that it's a given, you know, you're playing a game, like it's fun, you know, you should be working hard, like it's not a big deal. But when you set up for a tournament and you play for 2 weeks and you play 10 hours a day, that's a lot of work. And even in the off time, like when we don't have tournaments, I still like to play, make sure I stay in form, and I think that's what separates me from most players, is that I always play a lot. I don't take breaks because I also enjoy playing, so it's easy for me. But obviously it's still hard work, and I think that's the biggest thing for me. I think my greatest challenge was probably balancing school and trying to consider if I wanted to go pro after high school. That was like 3 years of my life where I was really juggling with the idea but not really wanting to commit. I would say my first year with EG, where I was captain, where I had to take a lot of responsibility, that year was very maturing for me. Obviously it was ups and downs, but I think it was probably the most defining year so far in my career. So those were the biggest challenges, and I think probably the ones that helped me the most. My best advice if you want to go pro in Dota is that you look inwards a lot. You don't look at what your team did wrong in games, and you just look at what your hero did in the game. What things do you think you did wrong? What aspects of your game do you think you could do better? Instead of looking at things that didn't really involve you or things you don't have an impact on from your role. Because if you look at those things, you're not going to improve. You have to look inwards to move forwards. If you want to practice efficiently, you need to make sure that you take breaks if you need it. Make sure that you don't play games after a heated loss, or if you're in a bad mental state, make sure to take a break, take a walk, take something to drink, and make sure you reset your mind. Thank you for watching this course. If you have any questions or if there's anything you want to understand better, you can always contact me at my socials at CritDota or at GamersClass. I think the biggest reason why I want to make a course like this is because it's like a different way of giving back to the people that support the scene and like support all the pro players, such as myself. The usual way of we can only really give back is when we do like signing sessions, and when we walk on stage we do high fives and stuff. But this is a nice way for me to at least be able to give a little bit back to the people that basically feed the scene and make it there so that we can have this as a job.